ever seen the movie Clueless, where Cher is picking out her outfit through the lens of a computer screen, I just know that you have once at least thought, wow, if only I had that, that would simplify my life so much. And I think for a lot of us, when we think of AI and fashion, I think for me at least, I think of that scene. I think of some sort of robotic machine that's going to pick out my outfits, know my taste better than I do, and be there when I need some sort of styling advice. And it's going to make our lives so much better. Okay, roses, dandelions, flowers. But is that really the case? Is this what we can expect to see when fashion and AI truly evolve in the next 10 years? Recently, I came across a very fascinating article by Amy O'Brien, who is a tech editor at Vogue Business, and she detailed all her predictions of AI and fashion in the next 10 years. So I thought it could be interesting to go through it together, have a little bit of a discussion, give you my opinions, and recap exactly what Amy thinks will happen in the next 10 years. After reading the article, I'll give you a little bit of a spoiler. It was not so doom and gloom as I was expecting. So I'm thrilled with that. But let's have a little discussion in terms of the rise of AI and fashion, shall we? Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Sabrina, and over here we speak luxury fashion every single Sunday. So if that is up your alley, subscribe, you might like it over here, and let's get right into today's video, okay? Because it might be a long one, buckle up. Now I know what you might be thinking. How exactly is it possible to predict what will happen in the next 10 years, knowing just how much AI has changed just within the past year alone? Well, you're definitely right, it is not possible, but it is easier to predict. And it's easier to predict because Vogue Business surveyed technologists, analysts, creatives, market researchers, which gives us a better understanding of what we could expect will happen in the next 10 years from now. We'll get into the survey a little bit later on, but let's rewind a little bit. For years, fashion has been known to predict what is going to be fashionable in the next coming months, years ahead. Designers predict trends, buyers predict what their consumer will want, brands predict what will sell, fast fashion companies copy what essentially designers are doing. It is this constant loop that is constantly going on in fashion of predicting the future, essentially. Except now AI has entered the chat, and AI is processing more than humans ever could. AI is analyzing patterns, it's learning your behaviors. Anytime that you ask ChatGPT a question, it's not just giving you an answer, it's also analyzing you and your tone of voice. Now, according to Amy, in the next decade or so, AI will have improved so much that it can likely generate runway concepts, trend reports, and it will likely give you shopping recommendations that are just so indistinguishable that you can't differ if it's from a human being or if it's from AI. This is great if you are Cher, if you want to go on your computer and you just want to quickly pull out an outfit. But for the vast majority of us that do not have Cher's computer, we want to be able to tell the difference between if a collection was designed by a human or if it was designed by AI. But if AI becomes so good that you cannot tell the difference between if a collection was designed by a human being or by AI, will people stop caring if there's not a person behind it? The answer, according to Amy, is likely no. AI in the next 10 years can be so advanced. It can have the most perfect campaign, design the most perfect dress, but people will still care about the story behind it, especially if you're buying something in luxury fashion. The heritage and the story that is being sold to you, essentially, and that feeling that is being sold to you is everything in luxury fashion. And what exactly is a story being sold to you if it's being designed by AI? But then you're probably thinking, okay, well, if AI has no business in the design space, in the creative landscape, what exactly is AI's role in the fashion industry? Where exactly does it stand? Because AI is everywhere, and it's not going away anytime soon, apparently. Point number one that Amy makes is essentially AI will live on the back end of things, behind the scenes kind of thing. This could look like improving supply chains or predicting inventory, helping designers research. Think of all the things behind the scenes that if AI were to replace, it would improve productivity, efficiency. I'm sure you've heard those words when it comes to AI many times, especially if you work in corporate. Okay, AI, efficiency, productivity, those are all the hot topic words right now. I, for one, am sick of them. And the next way that we might see AI is in store. And this, to me, is a little bit dystopian, not gonna lie. I think this is a little weird one. Because they have moved all their funds, back behind the scenes, increasing productivity and efficiency, they might now decide that they want to invest in in-store experiential designs or very personalized in-store experiences. So imagine walking down, I don't know, Bond Street in London or New York's Fifth Ave, and you're window shopping and you see a beautiful, beautiful pair of Manolos, okay, from a mile away. maybe not a mile away, that may be a stretch. You go up to that window and lucky for you, you're wearing smart glasses. So all you have to do is just simply look at this pair of Manolos and suddenly your smart glasses is activating the in-store stock. Do they have your size in stock? They do. Great, okay, excellent. So you walk in store and you see a sales associate. That sales associate already knows your size, already knows basically everything about you, because remember, you're wearing smart glasses, and then proceeds to pass the shoes to you, which you try in front of a mirror, which is also a smart mirror, and that mirror is able to show you other products in store that would go great with that pair of shoes, great with that pair of Manolos, which, yeah, in theory, all sounds great, okay? You just simply walk in store, you're handed a pair of shoes that fit you amazingly, and you walk on out. Except where is the privacy and the human connection and everything? Well, there's not. This video will not even get into smart glasses. I mean, why we're looking like, you know, SpongeBob with those 3D glasses is beyond me. And that's the joking side about it. Privacy is another thing. The next way that AI might have a role in the next 10 years is by being a personal assistant. Technologists in the next 10 years are predicting that these AI super agents are going to be so good that they basically predict your goals, keep you on track, essentially almost like a life coach. They understand your needs, they book your flights, they send out those invites. They can do everything and more than your other personal assistant. And if you couldn't afford one before, lucky you now, because now you can have your own. But even though everyone can have their own personal assistant, I think with luxury brands particularly, they're going to make their own personal assistant. Because why would they want to compete with all these other personal assistants when they can just make their own that can give you product advice of their own products? There's no competition involved when it's just their products that they're telling you about. So let's take, for example, the Kering personal assistant. Kering being the brand that owns Bottega, Saint Laurent, Gucci, just to name a few. I think it would make sense for a personal assistant to be Kering. That way, if you didn't like something from Bottega, they might offer you something from Gucci instead. Technically speaking, there's no competition and still all under the same group. And they're saying that this personal assistant will signal taste. That I was a little bit like, I don't really know about, but essentially, you know, you can ask someone on the street, be like, oh, where'd you get that from? And they'll be like, oh, ChatGPT. And you'll be like, oh, I got mine from my Louis Vuitton super assistant instead. Taste. I don't think they mean it quite like that, but I did laugh at that. Now, according to the president at Shopify, we are currently in the biggest shift in commerce since the days of the beginning of the internet. Shopify is also betting on these AI agents. They want you to, instead of going to Google, you know, typing in exactly what you want, they want you to go to an AI agent, type in exactly what you want, and that AI agent will find it for you. Shopify is saying that this is great for luxury fashion because this AI agent is going to save the day, save luxury fashion from dying, which everyone keeps saying that it is dying. Different story of the day. On the other side, you have a platform like Poshmark, who, according to the chief revenue officer, I believe her name is Elizabeth von der Koltz, she said that AI will function in the next 10 years like a personal stylist. One that precisely knows your taste, knows your behavior, knows exactly what you want even before you do. Those are what two giant corporations are saying, but what about consumers? How do they feel about the relationship between AI and fashion? Well, let's go back to the survey and the results. One of the questions in the survey was asking them how they felt about chatbots giving them fashion or beauty recommendations or advice. Now, it turns out 38% were undecided, 25% said it was mostly useful, and just 1%, thank God, said it was entirely useful. But I would also like to point out that people like to seek advice from real people. And the survey also does report on that as well, and I'd like to give you some stats. 47% said that they got their inspo from magazines, which I actually did find a little bit surprising, not gonna lie. 47% said they got it from streetwear. That does make sense to me. 36% got it from fashion blogs, as well as Pinterest and Substack. Makes sense. 35% said influencers, and just 3% said they got their inspo from AI. Now, she argues in the article that even though AI has a long way to go, human connection is still the most important aspect when it comes to luxury fashion or just fashion as a whole. And what I found particularly interesting is that 66% of people said that their experience would be hindered if they went in store and they had to deal with an AI agent or bot, robot, whatever it might be. Which makes total sense to me, because if you're going to go into any luxury store and drop any amount of money, odds are you probably want to deal with someone that actually knows what they're doing, an actual person who is going to give you that human connection that really is part of the whole luxury in-store experience. And I think luxury knows this. They know that they can't put an AI bot in front of house. They know that 66% of consumers say that that would hinder their experience. Luxury fashion can't afford to lose 66% of that audience. In-store experience aside, there's also privacy and security, and there's no way that a VIC client, let's say for example, would be okay with dropping thousands of dollars and then giving their credit card to an AI bot. There's just simply no way, and I don't feel like luxury brands would even go that far. I think they would want to also hold themselves accountable when it comes to, funds and, transactions. Not to mention, how would you even get to the point of transaction if there is an AI bot that's helping you out in the store? Again, 66% said that that would hinder their experience. So how would you ever get to the point of, buying something? Now, I think I've given you a little bit of spoilers in terms of, how I think of AI. Personally, I am an absolute AI hater, especially in the creative landscape. I personally don't think there's any room for AI in any form of creative industry, and I absolutely do not want to be finding my fashion inspo from an AI bot. Absolutely not. But I can definitely see how there is a time and place for AI, like, data, analytics, or research. However, I also think that there must be a human being to go over that and to fact check it. I don't think AI is always right, but besides the point. But I don't hate AI for that just one reason. I hate AI for a variety of reasons. Where do I even begin? The environmental impact, the fact that they are so desperate to build these data centers, all of which are mostly in low-income neighborhoods. There's bias and discrimination, there's fraud and security risks, the human connection is lost. I mean, there are so many more reasons, to be honest. Not to mention, I think the giant push of AI is for financial greed. Different story the other day. I think when it comes to AI, the cons outweigh the pros significantly. And I do think that luxury as a whole can see that. And I also think that they don't want to piss off their consumers anymore. I think that they've done a lot of, making their consumer mad, especially over the past 5-6 years. I think at the forefront, they want to keep that human connection and relationship as much as humanly possible. Or at least I hope. But let's take the in-store as a good example. When you walk into a luxury store, it's hopefully pleasant, hopefully joyful. You are hopefully excited to be there, see what's new in. That SA might know you, that SA might be excited to see you, or it might be an SA that you've never seen in your life before, but you just had a really good relationship with her, you had a really good vibe, connection. You leave the store all giddy, you got what you wanted, and you had a great connection or experience with that SA. That SA made your day. You would never get that same interaction if that were to be with an AI agent. You just simply would never. You would probably walk in store, see an AI robot, be mad, and walk out. At least I would, because I would absolutely not deal with that. Which brings me to my last point and how the article ends off. And that's that AI will likely not replace the in-store experience, but it will make the human connection that much more valuable. Which, I don't know, got me thinking, maybe this will work out in luxury fashion's favor. Because luxury fashion, of course, I'm sure has kind of been at a standstill, or at least that they've been saying it has been dying over the past couple years. It's been struggling a little bit. And maybe the fact that people are going to be sick of AI and people are going to be hating on AI is going to somehow, some way, flourish the luxury market. People are going to be flooding in stores to have that human interaction. But maybe, just maybe, this will have a positive effect on luxury fashion or luxury retail. Those are all my thoughts of this article. I will link it down below if you're interested to have the full read. But I would love to get your thoughts and opinions on this whole topic of AI and its role in fashion. Are you with AI? Are you against AI? Do let me know in the comments below. Let's have a little bit of a discussion. I do hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna leave you guys here with another video recommendation in case you want to watch more, and I will see you guys in next Sunday's video. Until then, I do hope you have the utmost fabulous day ahead, and I'll see you guys soon.